So now that we have our main conversation logic for our lead capture setup, we're going to start creating our Airtable database, which we will use as our CRM. To start, head over to airtable.com. Airtable is a hybrid spreadsheet and database platform with features such as relational database capabilities, multiple views, linked records, and automation. We're going to be using it mainly in this example as a spreadsheet. So once we're on this page, we're just going to go ahead and click sign up for free. From here, we can sign in and enter our email. I'm just going to continue with Google. Then once we are all logged in, it's going to ask us some questions to get started. We can just go ahead and skip through these. Now you'll see this interface where we have our workspaces and where we can create a new database. Let's just hit start from scratch. Then we will go ahead and get started. And this is what our base template looks like once we load it up. Here we have a spot for our name, some notes, an assignee, and a status. I'm just going to go ahead and right click on the assignee and delete this field. Since we're going to be using this for an email list as an example, I'm just going to leave a spot for the name, their email, and a status of whether or not they've been emailed yet. So if we right click and hit edit field on the name, you can see that it's a single text line. So you can set different data types that you'd like for each column in the spreadsheet. I'm going to go ahead and for notes, I'm going to edit the field by renaming it to email and changing the data type to single line text, since we just have a single line for the email that we're going to be using. Then we can save this. And for the status, I'll leave it as it is. This is single select, which means we can give it a category based on what we create. So if you go ahead and type in here false, you can see we have the option to add false. So let's go ahead and click this. And now I'm just going to go ahead and click again and remove it. And likewise, you can see I've already added true. So what we want to do is whenever we get the lead's name and email, we will put those in these two columns here. And then for the status, we want to automatically add this as false. That way, when you set up a system in the future to use this as an email list, you can set it to true when you know the email has been sent successfully. Now we can go ahead and connect our voice flow to our Airtable. This is done with an API integration. So to get started with this, come up to this help tab here, scroll down to API documentation, and this will open us up to a new page. Then from here, we can go down to authentication and then click this link that says create tokens. This is then going to bring us to a new page that says personal access tokens. And from here, we can create a token. For a name, I'm going to call this voice flow integration. And then for the next part, we want to add our scopes. This basically specifies what type of access we have in this table. We just want to go ahead and add all of these scopes here that are available. Once that is done, we want to go ahead and add a base. And since we haven't titled our spreadsheet yet, it is this one right here, untitled base. Then we can go ahead and create our token. Anyone with this token has access to your Airtable data, so make sure you keep this safe and save it once it has been given to you here. In the next lesson, we'll hop back into VoiceFlow and set up our integration with the Airtable.